Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about this cool gadget that was sent over to me for a review. This is a portable car jump starter with a air compressor built in, and it also has a power bank that can be used to charge accessories such as cell phones or other electronic devices. So for the jump starter, it has a 4500 amp jump starter, and the air compressor can pump up to 150 psi. So let's take this out of the box and get a closer look. Okay, so here's what all comes in the kit. You get your user manual here, all the instructions needed to operate your machine, really nice. You get a nice storage bag to put all of your gear in. Get some inflating accessories, so that's really nice. You have your USB charging cable. I like that they have a USB Type-C, which is pretty standard these days. Here is your air hose for the compressor. So this part plugs into the port right here, and then you attach that to the valve stem, and you can air up a tire with that. And then you have your battery cables here for using the jump starter function. So this part would plug into this little port here on the back, and then the other part would be connected to your battery, and that's how this would be set up for doing the jump start function. Okay, so let's go over some of the functions of this unit here. So we'll just hold down the power button for a few seconds and it turns itself on. This is our main screen here. So the top number is going to be the reading of the tire pressure when this is connected to a tire. So you'll have your connection like that. And this bottom number is the target PSI. So when the pump runs, it'll pump up a tire until it hits that number and then it shuts itself off. We have a up and down arrow. So if you want to pick a different number, you can. So really easy to select your tire pressure that you want. There's also a mode button here. So it has a couple of presets here. So the little car icon there. So this is going to be preset to 36 PSI. You got a motorcycle icon. That one's preset to 32. A bike tire. And then you've got a ball icon. So let's say you're inflating a basketball or something like that. It'll be a preset to 9. And so you can kind of go through and change those if you need to. So pretty cool. And then we have another button here. This is for your LED light. So if you need a little light source, you've got that. And if you press it again, it becomes a little bit of a emergency strobe. So if you need it for an emergency situation, that's kind of cool. So overall, pretty nice. You got a little battery indicator here, shows you how much power is in the battery. Another interesting thing is you can change the units of how this measures. So like right now I've got it set up as a measuring in PSI, but if you hold the mode button down, you can cycle through and get different kinds of options. So that's pretty neat. So we'll just leave it at PSI, which is kind of my standard, and we'll go with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at another part of this unit. So here we have the LED light, your port for plugging in your air hose, and this was the port for plugging in the jump starter plugs. And then you have your two USB ports. So the USB Type-C is the one you'll plug in to actually charge the unit. And then this one would be one you can use a cord to plug it in and charge up a phone or electronic accessory, something like that. So pretty cool. So overall, nice construction, feels good in the hand. You got a little air vent down here for the air pump. So let's go ahead and take this out to the car and we'll test out the air pump. All right, so I've got the air compressor set up ready to go. We're going to use the preset at 36 PSI. And the current reading in my tire right now, it says it has 34.5 PSI in the tire. So let's go ahead and press the button here. All right, there you go. So pretty cool. It hit the 36 PSI mark and it shut itself down automatically. And so if you're all done with this one, you just hold the power button again and it will power itself off and you can unplug it and store this away. So pretty cool, nice little feature to pump up a tire instead of going all the way down to the gas station and wasting time down there. Got your own little air pump, pretty nice. Okay, so next I'll just give you guys an idea of how the jump starter function is set up. So we'll just take our plug here, plug it into the back, and then it'll start reading the circuit there. And we'll start off by connecting the red one to our positive on the battery terminal. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll take our negative and we will plug that onto the negative part of our battery terminal. And then when it has a good connection, you'll get a green light right there, and you'll want to start your vehicle right away. And then you got about 30 seconds to go ahead and do that start and then take this off. and then you are all done. Your car is now jump started, and you can store your unit and put it away. So pretty cool, right? Okay, so overall, I think this is a really cool little gadget. Definitely something that would be nice to have in case of an emergency. So if you're in the market for a portable car jump starter with a built-in air compressor, I would highly recommend you guys check this one out.